Hello everyone, my name is Sarthak Malik and welcome back to our Type 0 Data Science playlist. This is the video of Excel part 2 and here we'll be covering a little more on what we did in the first video. So from this video I'll be starting some little advanced topics, not that much but they also come under basics. So the first topic is VLOOKUP over here, because in the last video I just talked about a few very basic terms such as sum, subtract, and multiplication, and all those things. And also remember, for the simplicity of all of you, I'll just drop down notes of this basic Excel. I'll drop down a cheat sheet of all popular formulas and functions that I use in Excel, and I'll also paste one uh, short note of steps that how to do that. Okay, so don't worry if there's any doubt that to look for the formula, you just can refer that sheet. Okay, now let's begin. So VLOOKUP is a very popular function in Excel. In fact, HLOOKUP is also there. There are many things. So VLOOKUP is actually, if you from the term VLOOKUP, it's actually vertical or finding something, right? So I have a data prepared for you guys. So let's say this is a basic data set of a company where employee ID, name, department, and salary is there. So VLOOKUP means that it will look for a value which you have specified, okay, in a vertical column, and it will look for a value in the row. Okay, if you haven't got what I just said, I'll show you with some arrows so that it will be helpful, and also I'll mention it in the notes. Okay, so VLOOKUP means that, for example, I want to look for the salary of an employee ID, let's say 104. So first it will go down till 104, okay, and then it will start looking for a value. Sorry, not for a value. I will specify the column numbers. It will go to that column number, and it will just return me this. This is what VLOOKUP does actually. Okay, and yeah, so let's just perform this. For example, I write it ID over here, and let's say I write 107. Let's confirm that 107 is there or not. Yeah, it's there. Now let's say I want to calculate the salary of it. So what I'll do, I'll just write V lookup. I hit tab. So by hitting tab, it just completes the whole formula. So lookup value. What value I'm looking for is that 10, not 107. I have written it here, so I'll just refer it to the cell that is I4. So look for the I4 value, whatever the value is there. Table array. This is important part. You have, in the second argument, you have to select the table values. So don't select the headers, just select the whole table in a range. That's a range from, I think, A2 to F10. Yeah, correct. Column index number. Let's say I want to look for the value of column index number. That means what would I have, what I want actually. I want salary, joining date, or what. So let's say we want salary, right? First we want salary, then we'll look for another example also. uh, Range lookup. So that means that is it a range lookup or not? So we'll just specify it. Yeah, it's true. Let's just go. Yeah. So you see, we got 55,000. Do you know why? Because okay, if you I was also confused that if you guys were looking for 45,000, no, 107 salary is 55,000. So yeah, we got 55,000. Now let's say we want to change the ID number, so 104. See, 45,000. We got 45,000. That is this example that we just demonstrated. Okay, so I hope VLOOKUP is being understood to all. I'll also mention it in the notes where more clarity is there. You can all download that. It's a It's a one-page note, and I think it will help you a lot during your placement exams. And if you're looking for uh, 10 minutes or 15 minutes write for whole Excel, uh, revision. Okay, so now let's go back. Now let's look at some more advanced functions, that is left, right, mid, and concatenate. So, what does left do? Simple. It just extract the extract letters or extract the characters from the left side. So let's say John Smith, first three letters are JOH. So if I write over here left, so let's say text is this, and how many characters I want? I want three characters. So Joe, yeah. That's how left works. And similar is right. um, Now let's move on to mid. So what does mid do? Mid actually like give you, obviously it gives you the mid element. So it mid actually wants three arguments. So first is obviously text, let's say Joe Smith or John Smith only. So the starting number would be, let's say, 2, and how many number of characters I want. So I want, let's say, 2 only. So remember guys, Excel is a thing where indexing doesn't start with 0, right? It starts with 1. So the second starting second character, I wrote second, right? 2, right? So 2 means O over here. It doesn't mean H. Like, I know many programmers would be watching this video. So just for the clarity, it doesn't starts with 0. It starts with number 1. That's why the answer is OH. Okay, now let's go to concatenate. So concatenate just joins the uh, string. Obviously, I hope so that you know the meaning of concatenate. Why concatenate is important? Because it helps in data pre-processing. What if there are some values which are inappropriate and you want to join them? So there concatenate works. So concatenate, where it is, yeah, concatenate. Oh, sorry, concatenate, yeah. So what text I want to concatenate? So let's say B2 I want to concatenate with their department. um yeah, let's say. So I think no, it doesn't worked. I think there is, oh yeah, I did something wrong. Yeah, now it will work. Yeah, John Smith HR. So see, there is no space. If you want to add space also, you can simply include a string over here. Yeah, John Smith HR. I hope so it's clear to you. Now let's talk about some more important functions, that are date functions. So do you guys know you can extract dates also in Excel? That means let's say if I want to write what is today. So yeah, see, it gave me the date. What is today's date? So it's 7th of January 2025. It also returns the time also. So let's say I write now. I think this is the function now. Yeah. See, so it returns me the time also and date together. Similarly goes with day, month, and year. So you guys can try that. I was just demonstrating how we can extract dates also. Now let's come to some important keywords, some important concepts, that is formatting and customizing. So Excel formatting. There's one more thing called conditional formatting. This is very important while you are in a stage of visualizing data, you are analyzing data. So these things are very important. So let's just talk about conditional formatting. So let's say I want to, okay, first I'll remove these arrows. So conditional formatting, by the word, it simply means that you are formatting something. That means you are editing something based on conditions. So let's say I select this range. and I want to, you know, select some values based on some conditions. So for example, I'll just tell you for an example. What if I want to select some cells which have salary greater than 50,000? Okay, so then by the layman language, it seems like these two cells will be, highlighted. But how do we do that? Using conditional formatting. So we go over here. So these top five things are predefined. User interface, you can do like this also. But there is something called new rule. We'll talk about this later. But I'll show you first about this, how this is done. So if I click on, let's say, greater than. So see, format cells that are greater than, let's say, 50,000. Yeah. As you have observed that it also highlighted phone number and all these names, right? But we don't want that. Okay, so we can write a custom formula also. So like for example, I selected this range, and if I did only greater than over here, then it would have worked. Okay, so now I'll tell you how to write a custom formula. So let's say I select new rule. So use a formula. You can also use a formula. So equals to, let's say, a2 greater than 10. Nothing happens. Just hold a second. Yeah, so I'm so sorry guys. I think I was doing something wrong, but I figured it out. Okay, so let's say I want to highlight those rows, those values whose salary is greater than 50,000, or let's say 70,000. No, let's say 60,000. I think that will be a correct number. So I write a rule over here. I click on new rule. I click on use a formula, and if I write that equals to that, I want to format those values which follow this formula. That means if this salary column, that is D2, so D2 is greater than 60,000. Okay, and let's say I want to fill it with any color, and I click on OK. So as you can see, I got a very weird result, right? So all departments are formatted, and values which are greater than 60,000, those employee ideas are formatted. But do you know why all these departments are formatted? I'll tell you why this happened. So if I go to manage rules, so now I'll tell you something about called absolute cell reference. So if I click on edit rule, and I go over here, and I just write dollar over here, I click on OK, and I click apply. See, now perfectly I got the results of those values whose salary was greater than 60,000. So now I'll tell you what absolute cell reference means. So absolute cell reference is actually we are locking something. You know, if I just write D2 greater than 60,000, then what it was actually doing, it was moving forward, right? It was actually moving forward. So it was not like D2, then it was actually going to E2 also, F2 also, C2 also. So I just locked the cell, right? That I just want to check whether from D from D column only, if any value is greater than 60,000. Because see, there are some phone numbers also which are greater than 60,000, but I don't want that. So, so absolute cell referencing works here. Okay, I think you have got this thing. So that's how conditional formatting works. Uh, I hope you are getting conditional formatting and VLOOKUP. So that's it for today's guys. Tomorrow, from the next video, the final video of Excel will cover the last but not the least, and also the most important part of our Excel tutorial, that is pivot table, data visualization techniques, and we'll also build one dashboard. So please comment if you have any doubt. We'll try to solve them, and also I'll drop some notes and cheat sheets which will help you to revise about the popular formulas, functions, and formatting rules. Okay, thank you. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like.